And see, this is how I know it's about to get really bad out here for all of us to a degree, but for women most of all, because she is not in a good position. Why? Most women, not all now, have ran men away. Okay. And the thing is, men are not coming back. They're not. Now, like I said before, am I happy this is happening to women? No, I'm not. Why? Because, they didn't just give these careers to them. Women had to really, work hard to get this. And some didn't make it. And where's this? Okay, most women are not going to do an Oprah. It ain't going to happen. You may come across a few that will, but most of them are not going to be the next Oprah. It ain't happening. And because most women have became masculine, you know, up to the time that they lost their job, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing the ha ha ha. That's what y'all get. No, I'm being honest. That's not funny. It's not. But because of the fact most of them were careful when they had their job or career, that when they went to work, they didn't get lippy with their boss. Why? Because they knew they would be unemployed, right? But when she punched out, you know, in her home life, she's getting very lippy with me and her husband that were good to her and just guys in general, letting her know, hey, I don't need you. I'm strong and I'm independent. We don't need no man and we don't like y'all. Okay, all of that, because of that and because of what happened to people in general of both genders that lost their job, but in this case, mostly women because women are outnumbered in America. That's probably came to bite her in the ass, like a pit bull. And we all seen pit bulls in action. They don't let go. And because she's not going to take her degrees and start her own business because that wasn't the reason why she went to school. She went to school to get an education, yes, but in a field to work for a corporation to have a career because there's nothing wrong or unusual for any woman to love security. That is very important to women by nature, okay? But because of the fact she burnt so many bridges in the process leading up to her layoff or firing, she has no takers. She has no man to come back to. She don't. Now this is where it gets really bad. This is where most sisters cannot come back to the black man. The white woman can go back to the white man if she cut out those fuckery games. Okay, some might, you know what I mean. But here's where it's bad for all men of all ethnicities and all women of ethnicities in America. Most women are Americanized for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being Americanized, but most women, due to them getting laid off or fired, became Americanized with the wrong reasons. Beating on their chest, getting innocent men fired because they wanted his position, and they did a really lot of fucked up shit. And now she's going to be in trouble for the rest of her life. Am I happy? No, I'm not. Because at the end of the day, she did right by going to elementary school. She did right by graduating from elementary school and going to junior high. She did right by finishing junior high school and going to high school. She did right by graduating from both and all three and going to college, graduating, getting that degree, and doing what's right, an interview, and landed that nice paying career. Okay. But as you know from the songs Independent Woman, Part 2, the remix, and, many other things that they said and did, now she has nobody. I've been learning that many men, the number is increasing where men are not showing up to these single events. Why? Because women have went too far. Not accidentally. No, this was premeditated. It was. And it makes it bad for the women that honestly was not like that. Shout out to the ones that ain't. because you all do exist. And I'm not making a joke. I know usually I make a lot of jokes, okay, but I'm being honest because this has happened for real. And they're, according to reliable uh, sources, this is only the beginning. This is going to keep happening. Who's going to be affected by it? All of us as men, no matter what color we are, will be affected by this. Why? Because, well, she's lost her career and most women have given up. She doesn't have to give up, but she has. See, and that's where, again, this is not going to be good because I told myself that I am not interested in getting with any of these women, short term or long term. Why? She's only there because she lost her job slash career. Okay. If that hadn't happened, and I'm not saying that I'm glad it did, but if it hadn't have happened, she would still be that person saying strong and independent. Well, fellas, you know all them songs they done made saying they don't need you with the middle finger and fuck you and all that. And he's like, I haven't did anything. It's because you're a man. And then women are masculine. Okay. So you got all of these things. It's just like, you know, applying for a loan to purchase a vehicle. They're going to look at your credit score. And most women in America in the West credit score sucks. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna let you sit out here and starve and die. You know, um, here's some food, but hey, you gotta, put it together. You gotta leave. Because you're only here because you're here forced out of a set of circumstances that they told you in the beginning that if they don't need your services no more, they can let you go with no explanation whatsoever, and you signed and agreed to it. And now they're trying to turn it into something else. And this time is permanently not going to work in their favor. So put in the comments section, what is you all personal take on this? I really want to know. And mine, women have permanently and officially, because of the layoffs slash firings, have become man's biggest problem. Then we have AI. Do we have a lot of new things that us as humans must endure? So it's not going to be pretty for her, but she only got herself to blame. I'm just being honest.